Okay, I'm here at McPherson with Alan Shires. He's been here since January 15th. We know him back home at Occupy Hampton Roads. And Alan's had some really unusual experiences here at the camp, and he wants to share with us.
Well, a couple nights ago, it was the day after the hearing, actually the day of the hearing, they picked up Geko, which a lot of people know back in Hampton Roads. He was just jaywalking and they stopped him, and Geko's a little hot-headed. He started yelling at the cops, and a black SUV picked him up. Nobody's heard from him since. Then the next night, a friend of mine was at Union Station, and 4 guys in all black. They had black t-shirts, black denim jeans, and black boots with military haircuts and no tattoos. Called him out by his full name, which he hadn't told anybody in the camp, and asked him if he was running his mouth to cops. And before he could say anything, they beat him up, and I had to carry him back into camp limping. The night after that, I was at about 14th and Q over by the Safeway grocery store. I was dumpster diving looking for something to use as bedding, and I heard the footsteps, so I looked up, and I seen 3 guys in all black, so I laughed. I was like, you guys are the same ones that got my homie last night, aren't you? And they didn't say anything. They just started beating me up, and I came back and I got 3 broken ribs. You can actually see it where my chest kind of caves in right there, like dents inward. And it hurts pretty bad. The first couple of days, we just duct taped it. I wrapped duct tape around my chest a few times. George Washington Memorial called it muscle strain.
You did go to the hospital?
Yeah, they called it muscle strain and didn't even give me any pain medicine. Then I've heard other rumors of people getting jumped, and I also heard that those same guys raped a girl.
Wow.
We don't know who they are. Like, we don't know if they're just a group that's against the movement, or if they're government agents off the clock, or off-duty cops that just want to get some jollies in, or what. It's definitely been happening.
Have you seen them since then?
I've seen them walking around, but I mean, I don't want to say anything to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in no shape to even try.
Have they come into camp?
I haven't seen any of those guys in the camp. I've only seen them like late at night when we're out walking around. And they only bother anybody when somebody gets caught by themselves.
So they wait for people to go off the camp and they're alone.
There's been rumors that they're doing it for scare tactics to kind of put fear into the camp, make everybody disperse. When it did work, a lot of people, when they found out about it, they just started packing their stuff so they didn't want any part of it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And the rest of the people at camp were talking about it.
And didn't you say some of your friends after the hearing that day just disappeared?
Geko, yeah.
Geko?
Because the day of the hearing, it was right after we walked out of court, he had his Guy Fawkes mask on, walking across the street, and the cop was going to give him a $20 jaywalking ticket. Geko, he's kind of hot-headed. He started yelling, and the next thing you know, black SUV pulled up, picked him up. Nobody's seen or heard from him since. That's why it actually says on my tarp in big letters right across the doorway, "Where's Geko?"
Where's Geko? Yeah, well, I passed that story on in Tidewater, and a lot of people were really concerned. And so far, no one said they heard from him. They didn't back home either.
Somebody said he might have had warrants back in New York. I don't think he did. The only time he said the only time he'd ever been arrested was like the raids in Zuccotti Park.